8-second rude in place. What kind of narcissistic a-hole am I? Holy crap. Hello, players. Hello, hello. Where are you, players? Azazel? 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 Hello everyone and welcome back to that one playthrough of MMORPG Tycoon 2. I am Kyle once again, and you join me once again here in Valkyrin, but that's not necessarily where I plan on staying for this episode. No, I would like to spend some time today on the ground floor with all these lovely little people. I don't necessarily plan on playing too much as a character per se, but I would like to, actively make sure that things are going well down here for all the little guys. So we're going to take a look at some characters, some balancing maybe. I think it's probably a good idea to look into some of the overall abilities, not just what's currently in existence, but what we want to start looking at abilities-wise in the future, as well as maybe kind of checking out some of the quest lines and see how everything's kind of looking overall flow-wise. So yeah, we do have quite a few little alchemist gnomes, or our alchematechnists, or whatever it is that I decided to name them to make things more complicated. I don't see any druids down here though. I feel like they should be pretty obvious. They've got hair and horns, and they cannot be very high level, so they've got to be in the level 1 region for sure. Pretty much this should be the only place I should really find them. Oh yeah, and there's the new update that shows the little character cards. I love it. Might have to do some altering to some of the body structure, but that's okay. Let's see, 31 users. They seem overall pleased with it. No demands for buffs or nerfs. So wherever these imaginary 31 people are... Oh, there's one. Oh, look at that. There we go. We got a druid here. Hello, druid. Ooh, I like this new UI layout for the characters here. This is good. Okay, we'll let them kind of wander about. Oh, that running animation is hilarious. It's like they take way more steps than all the other characters. Well, let's see how they do real quick in this combat. They're not taking damage yet. The spider hasn't been able to do much. I think the spider's got to get a bite off in order to do something. Otherwise, they're just depleting some mana, which is not an issue. There we go. It finally poisoned them. Spider is dying pretty easily. Okay. Druid seems pretty strong so far. Having a snare at level 1, obviously very helpful. Probably not a bad idea to check all our nerf demands. Okay, so this says 559 demands for nerf. It is A tier, so I don't really want to change too much. I'm always curious if this means I should make some of the monsters tougher. The other hard thing to think about is like, okay, if you make it stronger, at what level do you make them stronger? If you make them stronger at level 1, then obviously they're going to be stronger kind of all around because those abilities will scale up. Same goes for any additional mana, any additional health, movement speed, all that sort of thing. If you make them stronger at level 2, they might still not be adequate for level 1 per se. Now in this case with that wizard, I would probably say they need to be nerfed if anything was going to happen. But if you nerf them, at what level do you nerf them? Same problem, moving on from there. Fighters is a fear, same thing. A tier, demands for nerf. Paladin, B tier, demands for nerf. See, I want them to be A as well. Let's do this. Let's make the goal to get everyone to A tier. Then we will buff all of the enemies to make it so that everyone doesn't feel like they need a nerf based on the enemies that look like they need to be nerfed based on the number of deaths in those regions. That I think is a good goal. All right, right off the bat, the easy one here is I could work around with the stun. I could make it a longer stun, or I could give this more damage. I don't want it to do more damage, but I think I want this to be missile range, so that, you know, I know I've played around with this several times before, but all I want to do is try that and see if making the stun missile range gives them enough utility to act as a major buff. Otherwise, everything else here I'm kind of pleased with. I forgot what this one even did, but that's okay, that's pretty cool actually. All right, let's just go with that. We'll let it play out. Our Rangers are A tier, not as many demands for nerf. That's good. They're pretty close to where they ought to be. They're not very popular though. Alchematechnist definitely needs a better name at some point. Demands for nerf A tier. Okay, so they're pretty good. Let's see. We had the Techno Swarm, Healing Sauce, Drowsy Concoction. let's just double check that everything in here is as it should be. Actually, I almost forgot. There was something I think I needed to change with the Angari Rangers, because quick draw is set for melee range, and it should not be. It should be missile range. Somebody mentioned that in the comments like a bajillion episodes ago, and I was yet to correct it. So there you go. It's been fixed. That should actually act as a substantial buff to these guys. And then the Ashwind Druid, yeah, we're gonna need to add abilities here sooner rather than later, because they should hit level 2 pretty quickly. So let's go ahead and start looking into their third attack now. DPS wise, we had, let's see, 1.0, 2-second cooldown, so pretty standard ranged attack of a missile range root bind, which clearly is really strong. I do like that it's only 0.3 damage 3 seconds, so that's 0.1 damage per second. That was smart of me. Good job, Kyle. And then yeah, Ashwind Druid, basic, no, not basic, this is just I feel like I should keep everything missile. Let's go something with a cast time. I'm just kind of arbitrarily changing some of these things. Let's change this to level 2. So I was kind of thinking of something more along the lines of like a polymorph. Obviously, in this game, you cannot change the physical form of another character or enemy or anything in combat. It's just not a mechanic that exists. We'll make it a little frog, and we're just going to call this polymorph. And as far as mechanics go, though, for damage and everything, I don't want this to be a damaging ability as much as I want it to be a weaken. So it's like we turn them into something that is weaker than their current state. And we should just, let's make it not too long, but like long enough to where it's kind of funny. 5 seconds, and it's a 30% weaken. That's pretty good. And then we're gonna make it take mana, and we'll just say this could be pretty high, so that way it doesn't happen too often. Let's make this 10 seconds, so that way you know, you got a good window opportunity to deal some additional damage, but you have to wait a little bit of time until you do it again. And this should just be like a ballistic's probably good. Let's do water, because I feel like that's magical-y-ish. I don't know, not blue. I like it when magical things are purple. So yeah, let's go purple for polymorph, and we're gonna make it a cast, and then let's add the flavor text. Okay, we'll just say change the form of an enemy into a harmless animal shape, increasing all damage dealt to the target by 30% for 5 seconds. A bada bing, bada boom. All right, and then we should make our fourth attack just so they're ready and beyond the point where they currently need to be, so we don't have to worry about it for a little bit of time. And I would like this to be like a rock shape, or like a rock throw, like not a telekinesis, but like, you know, shape rock around you, so you can like have the rock underneath them like thrust out of the ground and deal some damage or something along that line. Oh, hold the phone, we won an award. This is important stuff. Best visuals by news source XYZ again. No way. All right, well, we'll just celebrate that at the next employee meeting. I know this one's kind of got rocks and stuff. I think that's what those are. I could be totally wrong. All right, shape rock, and we're gonna go, let's go instant cast on this one. Missile range still. We'll give it a longer cooldown, 10 seconds again. Well, this is damaging. I'm always afraid of making damaging abilities take too long, because then our characters are just forced to constantly do like their basic attacks, which can kind of feel annoying, tedious. This should be, no, not health. This should be gated, obviously, just by mana more than the cooldown. So let's say 4 seconds, but again, we'll do 5 mana to start with. It might have to be changed and modified. I think it'd be nice if this had a really short stun. Like really short, like it just kind of catches them off guard, plus it deals damage. 1.7 is quite a bit. Well, man, no. Let's bring it up kind of high. I want this to feel strong and powerful. But let's take the cooldown up a little bit longer. This might be too strong, but we'll see. I'm gonna go Sky Beam, and obviously Earth, even though it's not really coming from the sky. In this case, we want it to come from underneath them, but that's something out of my control. Thrust the rock from below into your enemy, dealing 8.4 damage and stunning the target for 0.2 seconds. There we go. All right, I think that's a pretty good spot to start with. I think our druid should be feeling quite strong at this point. What I do... Oh man, I was kind of debating whether or not polymorph should have some else, and I kind of want to deal with a slow. So during that same amount of time, I feel like they should be slowed, which means right now, the druid might be our most powerful character, because so far I've given them a root in place, a slow, and a minor stun. Let's get rid of the stun. I decline the stun. I take the stun away. The stun has been revoked. Still have 2 CC abilities, so that's pretty freaking strong. Okay, we'll see how that kind of pans out for a little while. The other thing I want to check on, just because I have not paid much attention to the enemies and how our players are doing with thine enemies, so let's just check some of these zones and make sure that there's not an obnoxious amount of deaths. It's well, there's quite a few deaths there actually, and this is something I've been thinking about just with the spiders in general. Again, somebody made a comment on one of my videos, because I don't pay the closest attention sometimes to what's going on in the background. I wanted the spiders to be easy, like really, really easy. And somebody brought up that it was funny how people were just nonchalantly dying in the background. Damage over time, 2.5 or 5, that's 0.5 damage per second. But in the case like down here right now, you can see this wizard getting double teamed and he's dead. Okay, so you know what? At level 1, maybe that's a bit of damage. Let's go 1.5. So that's like a major nerf for the Spidey boys. The slow and drain mana over time, 1.5 mana over 5 seconds. Okay, so that's only 0.3 per second. That's not too bad. Most characters should be fine to deal with that. The slow is kind of annoying. Let's make that 1 second. And we want it to feel easy. These are baby characters. This is a level 2 ability for this rune place, and it's just a rune place. It literally does nothing else. Okay, let's try that, and hope that people don't die as often to the spiders. Kobolds, I have a feeling, these have got to be super easy. I feel like there's no way in heck that people are necessarily having too much of an issue with kobolds. Yeah, okay, they're completely fine. We're not touching those. They're nice and weak. It's a fun little starter area. I should check. I don't know if there's not really anybody playing over here, so I can't really check how aggressive and severe this area is. Zephyr is pretty empty. Come on, people, it's time to level. Let's do this thing. Let's look at our crocky boys. Ooh, crocodiles are actually pretty hard. Okay, hold on. We can deal with this. These guys are really high DPS. This is an easy one. So let's just extend cooldown on some of these so they're not as horrendous to deal with. 8-second root in place. What kind of narcissistic a-hole am I? Holy crap. Just take that down to 3 seconds. That ooh, talk about difficult to deal with. Bears, yes, bears. Bears are really only over here, and these are murdering everyone, it looks like. I did want them to be hard. I was afraid I'd have to nerf. Oh, that's not that bad. Okay, let's go like that. 3 seconds on that. 2 damage, costing rage, 10 seconds. That doesn't seem that bad either. These are only level 1 bears, so they don't even have this ability. Let's see how that affects it. It wasn't too much. Maybe, okay, let's go 1.6 damage there. So, okay, the bears have been nerfed. I still want them to be very murdery, but maybe not overly murdery. These are level 1 spiders. They're not bad. These are level 2 spiders. They are not that bad either. Okay, so once players level up, the spiders aren't that bad, which, maybe the level 1 people just suck. Bandits are pretty good. Yeah, I think I'd consider that balanced. There's a good amount of deaths, but you don't really have to come over here. Why is all of this scenery getting totally kajacked up? Oh my gosh. And then our skeleton boys. Skelly boys are, oh yeah, people are crushing them. Good. Continue to crush the skeletons. That is a-okay. And nobody's playing around with these skeletons, so it's kind of hard to say whether or not they're more difficult at higher levels. Now, there are level 3 spiders. Those should, in theory, be even easier, and there should be even less deaths because players are getting abilities, but the spiders themselves are not. So, yeah, like this should be fairly easy. Level 3 players doing more damage. Need to find, that's a level 2. I need to find the level, where's the level 3 spider region? This is all level 2 spiders, what the heck? Hello, level 3 spiders. Where are the level 3 spiders? Here they are. Okay, yeah, it's a good ratio. Yeah, because the spiders aren't really gaining abilities at this point. They're just getting a little bit tankier. Damage goes up slightly, but they're not getting more damaging abilities. And holy moly, these players are just going buck wild over here. It's a farming region on the farm. Okay, I feel mostly comfortable with everything now. I have no idea how any of this stuff is doing, but okay, there are a good amount of monster deaths, meaning that our one player that made it over here is actually doing fairly decent against these guys at the moment. Okay, I think it'd be fun to actually add another player class, and I'm going to quickly I'm going to quickly pause the game because I don't want people to frantically start playing a character that I have not fleshed out at all. Oh, I do like this armor. This is what I kind of might start with. I'm not 100% sure all of the ins and outs of what this character will be, but something I've wanted to do from the very start was have something that actively utilized health as their resource pool. It's a really fun and I think ultimately hard and challenging thing to actively balance, but a character that deals damage by hurting itself sounds like something that could be exciting to play around with. Okay, first and foremost, we should make sure we scale up size to everything toward everything else. I think I had to have this 1, and then this is 1 point, oh geez. I don't know, can't cancel that. If I take the bone scale up to like 1.8, let's apply that real quick. Hold on to your horns, everyone here. Let's just position this right next to these guys, and let's see, next to a fighter of Zephyr, little on the short side, so we'll probably actually want to increase this just a smidgen. Oh, that's actually really tall. How does it compare to these? It's a little too tall. I don't know, it doesn't seem to be changing it on these. So this character might be a little too big to start with, and we'll resize in the future. Oh, I gotta keep it paused, otherwise again people are gonna play as the Trent, which is not a Trent. I'm just gonna call this a Warlock for the time being because I just don't have a better name. I want them to be on the tanky side if they're going to be using health as their resource pool. That does not mean they're going to be hard to kill, because obviously they're going to be, to some extent, kind of killing themselves. So let's go like right as this turns 18. Bring base speed up to everyone else. We'll say like halfway between 7 and 8. So there's 8, so we'll go right about there. Okay, now their basic ability can't actually utilize any resources. So we're just going to let this do a light amount of damage. I'm gonna say 0.8, and we're just gonna make this just a very, very basic like sword strike. Bloody color kind of there. There we go. Just gonna say stab the target. Gonna call this blade swipe. Like that. I'm gonna call this next one sanguine sense, because they can sense the blood in the air. So we're gonna give them short cast time, missile range. We'll make it not too long, but not too short. This is going to be the first thing that utilizes health. So let's get rid of that. It's going to cost health, and it's not too much. We'll say 0.5 to start with. They do have to hurt themselves to do it. Now, what this is going to do is this is going to apply a weaken on the enemy, and I'm going to say a heavy right now, 50%. And here's the cool thing, is this is going to last the same amount of time as the cooldown. Now you might think, oh, but then they can just leave it on indefinitely. They can, at the cost of their own health every time they want to keep maintaining it. So we'll do that. We got a cool little blood icon we can use for that too. That's cool. Put a cast on this. Let's make it like dark, and then kind of give it a blood red color as well. We're gonna make this missile, so it's like seeking out the target. It's like their sense attaches to it, and then now they can deal bonus damage to it. You can feel the rhythm of your enemy's heart beating. I don't know if I spelled rhythm right, and somebody will correct me, so I'm not even gonna look it up. Okay, so they only have one damaging ability. Obviously, they're blade swipe to start with, but this will give them substantially more damage at the beginning, at early levels, and it scales really amazingly well into the future if you think about it. So we have to be careful of the damage we give to this character, because having an early level weaken they can apply to anybody is quite beneficial. Okay, now another one I want to do is we're going to go long cast time, short cooldown. It's going to have to be melee range, and instead of doing just damage, we're going to allow it to actually siphon. We're going to siphon health. We're going to deal 2 health to ourselves, but we have the ability to siphon 3. Oh, sorry, siphon's not the one I wanted. I wanted, I can't really do a siphon over time health, like drain health over time, can I? I can go drain mana, and I can go drain rage. Reduce rage, siphon health. This is complicated. Okay, okay, here's what we'll do. Siphon health is fine. It's not over time, obviously. There has to be a benefit here to be able to actively siphon, get more health back, but deal more damage than that, so it feels worth it too. Actually, this kind of makes sense. So you siphon health. If you deal extra damage, do you end up getting that siphoned back too? So if you use Sanguine Sense, increase the damage you're dealing by 50%. I don't know if that affects what you get from the siphon. It's going to affect the damage you deal to that character by 50%, meaning that if I had Sanguine Sense on, and I'm, say, level 2 at this point, I would deal 3 health plus 50%, be an extra 1.5, meaning that I would deal 4.5 damage to the enemy, but I think I would still only get back the 2, or 3 rather. So I don't think the siphon changes depending on how much damage you actually deal. This is something worth exploring. And siphon health is instantaneous too. Yeah, so I think what should actually happen here is we should be costing more health than the damage we're actively dealing in the siphon. So we get a good chunk of it back, but we have to take the 2.5 hit up front. So it's like there is this small window of opportunity, I guess. But then we can still have it do damage over time as well. So we could say over the next, 2 seconds, it deals an additional 1 damage, 0.5 damage per second, meaning that the total here is 3 damage. And I'm going to call this the Blade of Remorse. Okay, so cost 2.5 health, has the ability to damage them for up to 3. You can get 2 of the health back. Yeah, and we gotta keep thinking in the future too about how we're going to be able to keep this character alive, because eventually you just might kill yourself. So if we make a new ability here, what we should do is give them some kind of self-only heal, and I think the best way to do that is to again make it cost health, but we get a heal over time. So let's say 8 seconds, so it's a good long amount, but we'll make it a 10-second cooldown. That way there is a window of weakness here, and we'll give them like 6 health over that amount of time. So it's like giving you additional resources to continue to do more damage. The same way we gave a mana regen to our wizard, we gave rage generation to our Zavirian fighters. There needs to be a little bit more here to help these guys out. So 1, they have the resources, and 2, they don't die, because those things are one and the same. This is totally experimental. This character could totally blow up in our face. It might be super cool. I don't know. But I like this icon. This is pretty cool. A heart with a plus like a medic sign almost. We're just gonna call this lifeline because that kind of sounds cool, and it is gonna be your lifeline to making sure you don't fail miserably. I like how this character thus far has like a very there's clearly a dark backstory here that we just don't know yet. Let's press play now because I want to see if we can get one of these to become active. So we'll find a player real quick, maybe just starting out, that's going to utilize our warlock and see if we can snag them. Because that would be super cool. Oh, these guys, these must be PvPing right now. That's cool. Oh, a bunch of players just walked out. Who was that? Players just come out here? Hello? Hello? Are there any players?
Hello, players. Hello, hello. Where are you, players?
I'm just going to play it on really fast speed and see if anybody pops out of here that happens to be of the warlocky variety. Something tells me that the mechanics within MMORPG Tycoon 2 are just going to like reject this character. Like no one's going to want to play them because like why would you play a character that constantly... Oh, there's one right there. I was going to say why would you want to play a character that constantly hurts itself, but we have a crazy person right here. And yeah, they are maybe slightly on the tall side still, but that's okay. Excuse me, sir. I would like to hijack your character, and I'm going to walk through this this tree nonchalantly and I'm going to go kill some spiders and see what this is like, shall we? All right, the character's movement speed is a little bit to be desired thus far. Okay, so first abilities, we just have our sword swipe or blade swipe and our sanguine sense. So, obviously, we're going to want to apply a sanguine sense to the spider first. So we apply... Oh, that's a cool little effect. Oh, and your mana diminishing thing doesn't have any effect on me. That's cool. Okay, we'll do that again. Keep hitting them. Hit them again. Hit them again. Hit them again. Sanguine sense them again. Yeah, so we deal more damage. There we go. Nice, okay. Yeah, obviously it does a little bit of damage to themselves. That's okay. Hold on. I can help you out, sir. I'll do some sanguine sense on this spider, and then I'll beat him up. Yeah, beat up that spider. Beat up that spider. Oh, the spiders are both beating... This one's beating me up. Okay, I'll fight this one. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mr. Spider. Okay, I was attacking your friend originally. I don't know why I have to deal with you. Yeah, so you can get maybe like 2 attacks off in the time frame of sanguine sense while it's up. So you get the bonus damage. Didn't really need to use that one, I guess. Okay, seems pretty decent so far. Oh, this guy's already coming after me. Okay, use that on you. Yeah, the good thing is the basic attacks not needing to utilize any resources means that we still are capable of not dying while dealing with some basic attacks here. Go. Okay. Yeah, I like this. This character's kind of fun actually already. I'm intrigued to see what it's like when they reach higher levels. So we'll let this guy go have fun on his own. Didn't mean to ruin your day by taking your character over. Okay, the other thing I wanted to do, because I've spent so much time in this Let's Play, essentially kind of going through 4 regions at this point. It's been a lot of detailing, a lot of little like knick-knacky things that I like to do. I want to think some more big picture stuff. So in one of the previous episodes, obviously I bought all the territories here. There is a big component that I would like to add as far as some of the features that are important to our overarching questline and lore of the world. So I have a document pulled up on my second monitor now that's going to help me kind of lay out some things that I've had planned for a little bit of time now. And when I say a little bit of time, probably since like episode 6. But because of the way things are progressing, I want to make sure that there's still some big picture things incorporated, so we kind of know what else is going on in the world here. So as I've stated down here, this region that's directly below Eastwash, or to the south of it more or less, this is going to be the capital city of Angalore, the not necessarily additional empire, but it's an ally of our main empirical city and its surrounding provinces, but it's not necessarily governed by that by any stretch. It is its own entity. Within this region, I need to go into landmarks, and I'm going to build an elegant spire. Now, the elegant spire that exists within Brightwood, this is the infamous stone that shattered, more or less, you could say, and destroyed a bunch of trees with it. Now, this is a very important part of our questline. It's what the investigation is going on that you first get involved with the Empire, as well as some members of the Angalorian Empire, or faction, or province, kingdom, whatever we're going to call it. Now, the reason they are interested in exploring and investigating this as well is because within their own home region, there also exists one of these mysterious spires of the Everstone. Now, I need to position this right, because I have specific locations, more or less, that I want these to exist in. Now, this is going to destroy some trees with it, but I'm going to go ahead and place it kind of right there to start with. Yeah, that's going to say, like, oh, yeah, there's nothing here to activate it, and that's fine. We'll leave it as such, but I think, let me see. If I zoom out, yeah, that's pretty dang close to exactly where I need it to be. Okay, big picture stuff going on here, people. All right, so we have one elegant spire there. We need to create another one. This one is going to be a bit north of Brightwood, and I need to make sure again that I get this in the right location. Yeah, this one's interesting because it's actually got to be like kind of in between provinces here, but I think I might just end up having to place it kind of close to the hill, and I like the idea of it being in this territory because I could put it here, but I could also put it here. I'm going to actually change it to the corrupted one. So it's the same kind of spire. So there's the spire, and then there's the corrupted one. It just has different vines. The reason being is because we got corrupted vines over here, and I'd like there to be some stuff going on in this region. So I'm actually going to place this right there. And then now we've got our elegant spire slash Everstone, but it's also dealing with the other shenanigans that'll be going on in here as kind of some side quest plot action. Okay, and then if we travel south of Angalore and all the way down into this southern region here, I need another one, actually kind of like right on the coastline, pretty much right about there. Okay. I've thought about this for a while as far as revealing too much, but I would love to see if there's fan theories and make people's brains go crazy. Well, we've got one right here, one right here, one right here, and one right here. Now I'm gonna put in 2 more of them just to get your brains ticking. Actually, just looking at my sheet, I take that back. I'm gonna do 3 more of them to get your brains ticking. Okay, the next one is I'm gonna put it kind of way over here, and it's gonna go pretty much right on the tip there, on that coastline. Then another one's gonna be kind of not centralized, but slightly off to the side. Come on, autosave, hurry up, will ya? We're gonna put it right about, there. And then another one, I need to kind of be able to see this one and the one over there and kind of figure out where this is gonna go. Because they are connecting like little dots. There, it's gotta go, it says this region is not owned. Can I not build something out in the water? Because if I can't, I would be very, very upset, game. Okay, so already owned. But if I raise one, like if I raise this, okay, but then... Okay, purchase it. I don't want there to be land here. I just make this all chasm. Chasm it up. All the chasms in the world. Actually, let's do chasms, but then we'll make like one, I don't know, one mountain? Okay, yes, completely sunk. That's what I want. Which means, in theory, boats should still be able to pass through here. There is the awkwardness of there's mountain ranges all along here, but maybe we can add some story as to why that's the case. Now, if I go and say I wanted my spire to be... Oh man, this is tough. It's like right here, maybe. Maybe I don't want mountain. Make it field, so there's just, yeah, just a little bump. Yeah, and then we can just kind of like barely put that there. Okay, so now, if we look at our whole big picture here, we got one here, down here, right there, one there, one there, one there, one there, one there, and then one there. So it kind of creates this kind of curving arc around like this. You can kind of faintly see that curving arc. And that's all I'm saying, that's all I'm saying, that's all I'm saying. What's that you say? Kyle, why are there giant Everstone crystals around this building inside Valkyrin? Well, you see the Everstone crystals, the stones themselves, they contain a lot of magical essence, which is why there's a lot of magical essence over here in Karak, and which is why our Everstone golems are capable of coming to life. Really, anyone can grab Everstones and utilize the magic. However, the ones that we've just dotted around have a specific purpose, and well, that's again linked to our main quest line that we will continue to elaborate as time goes on and we enter each one of those regions. Now, something that I have wanted to do for some time with our little guy here. Where's he at? Come, where'd he go? Where'd he go? Oh, there he is. He's back inside. Come, stop running. Oh, I have it on too fast a speed. That's why. Yes, I would like you to just play at normal speed so you don't try to escape from me. General Morith, yes, he wants you to go to Valkyrin. That is one of his paths, is the road to Valkyrin. Right now, he has you go to Captain Sofix over here, which we'll keep Captain Sofix. I think it's important that we have this initial quest when you enter Eastwash. That's fine. But rather what I would like Captain, or sorry, not Captain, I apologize, General. It's General Morith. General Morith, when he sends you to Valkyrin, he's going to now literally send you to Valkyrin. And I think it's fair that maybe we have him send you to like a, well, I guess you should probably go to a guard out here. And there should be a guard out here because they're restricting maybe who can come into the city without proper credentials. So we will grab not just a basic town guard. Let's make this a drone watcher. They're kind of overseeing the entryway here. We'll add a couple of guards in. Oh, those are, no, not quest givers, dang it. I always do that and add way too many quest givers by accident. Let's get a couple of guards. We'll pretty this up. All right, so this guy, Sir Azazel. Where did, oh, there he is. He's over here. Wrong tent, sorry. Okay. So the road to Valkyrin, we'll change this. So instead of going to that guy over there, he's gonna be like, you're gonna go way over here, to this guy. And no, it is not Discover My Left Sock. The road to Valkyrin. And yeah, we'll just make this, I guess, you know, well, that's tough actually. You know what? Crap. I take it back only partially. Okay, we're going to make it so you still have to go to this guy. Where is he at? Boom. Okay, so it's still the road to Valkyrin, but we're gonna add in this quest. And so like, this will at least get you kickstarted in Eastwash, but then he should still have a main quest that says go all the way yonder, to this guy. And we're gonna call it Notify Command. So you'll go and start the road to Valkyrin, which will get you started on that other quest line in Eastwash. And this, I need to not have a capital H here. But then he's got like a grand scheme one here that says actually go and do some stuff. This says 4,000 experience. What I need to do is, you know what? I'm I'm going to do something probably that's a bad idea, but I'm going to make this a 1 to 20 right now, which means players might start making their way over here. And that's okay, because realistically, again, there's nothing for them to do here, so hopefully they're smart enough to figure that all out. This is worth quite a bit of experience. No, I need General Morth again. General, I need your assistance. Okay, now it's just 400 XP. Interesting. The road to Valkyrin is 1,000. We should make this a pretty good. Make it 2,500, because really to get to that point, I mean, by the time you get to that point, if you go through all the other regions respectfully as you should, you'll be like level 5 by the time you do that. So you want it to feel like you're getting some kind of experience. Let's 2,500. Yeah, it is 20. That's good. Yeah, 1,000 gold. Feeling generous today, everyone. Okay, that might make a lot of players come out of this region and immediately just go there for the big dump of experience, but I'm sure if they try to do that, they'll have to obviously take the only path there is to get there, which is through those other regions, meaning they should logically do other quests along the way. At least that's what my brain assumes. Okay, something else I also wanted to do was create kind of a divergent quest line in a way. So let's see, this guy, I don't know how many quests I gave you. Speak to the wizard. He says go to Max Tonight, challenge wizard. Okay, so you go to Max Tonight, you speak to Algor, more of a Commander Stridus to talk to them. Okay, so he kind of brings up the stuff that's going on over here. That's totally different and can kind of be like totally subplot. However, Maxinite. Now, this is something else somebody in the comments mentioned, and I agree with, and I've been thinking about doing this for a while. In a lot of games, you meet a character early on, and you end up meeting them again later on. Now, technically, like, other people just starting out in the game would still find that original character in the original location. As you level up and you see the character elsewhere, they can still give you new quests, new stuff, so they're still involved in the story. So I would like Maxinite to reoccur a small amount, maybe not all over the map, but he should appear at his tower here. So I will put another quest giver that is another Maxinite. Oh, and everyone immediately flocked to him. This is bad, this is bad. Hold on, guys. Hold the phone. Into kobolds, that's not good. Nobody go do that, please. Nobody do that. Okay, so essentially what's going to happen is you're going to do some investigating with like the stone and everything that got blown up on the other side of Brightwood. Maxinite's kind of got his own theories about what could be going on. Now, the Empire wants you to go to report to Valkyrin so that you help out the Empire. Other factions are going to want you to help them out. Maxinite wants you to explore the other stones, the other Everstones that are scattered around all of Nethador. So he's actually going to say that he wants you to venture south. Now he's going to have you go through Eastwash in theory, and then down into the actual regions of Angalor. I think it's only right, though, that we have him take you over to the stone, because he wants you to do his own investigating. Now that means you're going to have to go to the stone several times. There's a lot of walking around that our characters will have to do. It is what it is. And we're going to call this a Shattered Stone. I think this is a good amount of experience, nice and easy for just walking over there. Then he's going to want you to investigate probably some mysterious things in the area. He'll want you to collect things probably from the skeletons. So again, we'll add, I know we've already got quest lines to go investigate this for the Empire and then kill some skeletons. Then Maxinite wants you to actually extract some mysterious essence. Is that how you spell essence, or does it have an S? No, that doesn't look right. That doesn't look right either. I don't even think mysterious looks right. If anyone's been watching this channel long enough, they know I can't spell to begin with. Okay, so we'll give experience for that, plus you're killing the monsters. I think that's pretty good. So he's going to come to the conclusion that some kind of evil force is bringing about the skeleton's rise, and it has to do with the release of the energy when the stone quote-unquote shattered or erupted. So he's going to say, okay, we need far more information here. And he's going to tell you to come down into Angalor. Now, for the time being, I'm just going to say go to the second Elegant Spire here. He'll probably have you do some other stuff along the way. The problem potentially is here is that if we assign something to go down there and then another quest after, characters will have to go back, and I don't want them to have to go back and forth that long of a distance. So what I might do is have him end with another character that's over here that's like working with Maxinite, or maybe we have another appearance of Maxinite himself. I don't know. So he's gonna have you go do that. And then another Maxinite in the future will probably send you up to maybe this spire up here, or maybe even the one that's out here. We'll see. Time will tell. But this should not be Find the Princess, that's for sure. Alright, this is just going to be called a Grand Connection. And apparently there's a bunch of rewards there. That's got to be based off of the fact that that quest is ending in a region with much, much higher level caps than Brightwood. But I'll just leave that as it is now, because nobody can actually get there yet. Okay, something else really big I actually really wanted to do is not really rework, but kind of restructure some of this stuff. I know we've got the cool little card things now, so I can actually start to put some flavor texts on things and stuff too, but that's not what I'm thinking about quite yet. I would like to kind of not reskin this completely, but I do want to change parts of certain characters. So like right now with this guy, got a color scheme here that involves a lot of armory colors, and I like that, but there are segments that I would like to add a little bit more kind of like specific color. So I'm going to add and change the sash here and the belt on our Throne Watcher to be a little more red. That's kind of the color scheme I want the Empire to have. I don't know what's white. I don't know if anything on here is white, but let's see. Black is going to be... Oh, we can kind of see underneath the helmet there, I guess the eyes. That's fine. Keep that dark. This is gloves. I guess I'm not really sure what else is. I guess I did just change... Ooh, I did just change his shield to be red and red. So maybe I don't do that this color. I do kind of want a yellow-ish color to it, but I don't like the sash to be that. Maybe if I go like this and make the cape more of a yellow, that could be a little over the top. It doesn't look too bad on the actual guy. Kind of a yellowy green almost, but I'm okay with that. I do like the red and that color on the shield. It's just, the colors are connected to other things, which makes it problematic. The other thing I just wanted to double check was the helmet styles on here. Yeah, I don't like that one. Yeah, we'll leave that as it was. Our town guards, I think, need to be a little revamped. I feel like their torsos are awkwardly large. Or maybe, yeah, maybe that's fine. I just need to shift the legs. The legs are definitely off center. Make them bigger. This will actually make our guards taller. The head is off center too. What the heck? I'm gonna scale this slightly. Yeah. Which means I need to change the hood. Whoa, okay, hold on there. Okay, I think I just made our guards like significantly bigger, so I should just double check. No, they actually look fine compared to some of these other guys now. So that's a-okay. Yeah, and then as far as monsters go, I definitely want to change my Throne Deserter. Mostly because I'm not sure I like the skeleton look to it now. And I kind of like this helmet. Let's not do too much with the head, because I know I also do want to change the armor, because we got some pretty cool armors in the last update. The last character update, I should say. Oh, that's a hermit crab shell. Don't need that. Maybe it's this one? I wish these were labeled so that there was like a name you could know corresponds with the same type of armor. Let's leave that up and let's change the other side to something else. Because I know there's like, where's the spiky one? There's a really spiky one that just came out. Well, that's what the paladin has. Not sure what that is. That is not the spiky one I'm thinking of. Nor is that one, I think. That is a leg. That is not what I want. Well, what the heck? This is what the current Throne Watcher has. That's like a cape. I don't want a cape. Okay, no, it's in presets. Where's the preset that I'm thinking of? This thing. Yeah, okay, so I have the correct armor, I believe. Yeah, that's the correct armor. The legs have like spiky stuff on them too. I can't find those pauldrons. Why can't I find those pauldrons? Oh, here it is, right in front of my face. Gosh, dang it. It's like maybe a quarter of the way down. Okay, there we go. That's better. Keep that, and then let's check out the legs. Legs have spiky things on them too. Although I kind of like the legs I've already got. Let me see what these other ones look like. Okay, so those are too skinny to me. I don't like the skinny legs. I want this guy to look beefy. The only one I have that exists at the moment is down here somewhere. Do not know where he has gone. Oh, there he is. You there, sir. No, stop going inside the building, will ya? Oh, he's a badass. I mean, he's huge because he's an elite enemy. But, oh man, does he look way more badass now. That is awesome. Kind of fits the theme a little bit better, I think. So What I do want to change still is some color schemes. I do like the way the hands are kind of white, as if he's like, he has risen from the dead. Okay, this is the eyes. Let's go ahead. I do want it to be a little bit redder, but I'm okay with it being bright too. Looks really pink on here, but I can't tell. Don't know what this is, so I'm just gonna make it black for the time being. This is also something I don't know. This is, oh, this is his gem. Let's make this Everstone-ish colored. But we're gonna think that it's kind of like a corrupted Everstone in a way. That's his primary armor. That's fine the way it is. Ooh, that's like a secondary color. I'm gonna make that a really dark red, and then these are the spiky spikes. He just vanished. I don't know where he went. I was gonna try and grab him and move him around. I'm gonna move his head back, I think just a smidge. Okay, the color scheme in this region is kind of changing things up, but I think that is a much more appropriate kind of like corrupted warrior kind of look to it. So I like this a little bit better than what we had with the skeleton head. Okay, another major one I wanted to do is the wizard. I'm gonna hold off on that, and first I'm just gonna go into the paladin, because I'm kind of wondering if color schemes need to be changed. Mostly the yellow here. I do like how it had kind of a gold look to it, but I was wondering if it was like maybe too much. This is more of a pale gold look to it. Let's see if we can find some paladins. I know there's at least got to be a couple down here somewhere. Actually, I could just go to the quest givers. I know those are paladins. Yeah, does that look too green? I can't tell if that looks too green. I mean, that's really gold. That's pretty much right where it was. Maybe we just keep it there. I mean, a gold hue to it's probably not a bad idea. Okay, and then as I said, the wizard. The wizard is one I've been thinking about for a while. Now, there's kind of two sides to this. One, I kinda would like the wizard that the players play as to be less like, you know, straight up red Gandalf. It was good early on, but I'm trying to be a little bit more down to earth with some of these images too. I would, however, like Max a Knighty and potentially some other like high-ranking wizards to have more of a wise wizardy look, so maybe they'll have something similar to this, but still probably not bright red. The player class wizards, though, definitely, in my opinion, need to be adjusted. I don't want them to look, well, I don't want them to look like a couple things. One, I don't want them to look over the top, like that. I didn't know there was two pointy hats in here. That's interesting. I'm almost thinking like no hat for a wizard, you know? And I don't want them to look old. I want them to look like young, immature to some extent. Like they're just kind of learning the ways of the wizard. Very pointy face. Yeah, kind of like this. I mean, this is the head we just put on the warlock, so we can always change the warlock head too. But I kind of like the way this looks. Long hair in a bun. Could go for like, it could be male or female. Kind of give them like some auburn type, really dark, but it is on the red scale hair. White eyes are fine. What is the, oh, that's skin color. We'll just leave that. I don't want to go too much. I don't know what this is. I do probably want to reevaluate torso. Ooh, I kind of like that. The sash across it. Ooh, I like that too. I really like that actually. The little knapsack on the back, like they would collect like ingredients in there to use for spells. Kind of trying to watch them as they walk by, see if it makes sense what they look like. They look a little awkward as far as their arm sizes still, obviously. And then we'll do something for tail. I'm thinking like a backpack or something. Why is this thing humongous? Maybe not that excessive of a backpack. I do like some kind of little knapsack. That's kind of cool. Otherwise, oh, that's an axe. I was hoping it was a scroll. Well, darn it. I don't think there is like a scroll attachment. Kind of like this backpack though. It's got lots of little knickknacks and things on it. Alright, I kind of like that. It's got that young, like adventuring mage look, like you're still new, you're still learning things, but all of the ambition and expectations in your own little head to be the greatest little mage you can possibly be. I do want to alter the colors though. Gonna make him kind of blue. Navy bluish. Maybe we keep some of that red heritage from the original design. Kind of make it a dark red. And then kind of the straps and stuff, shoulder pads, all this. We'll make it kind of a leathery color for sure. Kind of just keep it brown. Oh, his backpack's red too. I like that. This is the eyes. No, this is just the accessories on the backpack right now. Kind of make those silver. I like that. Okay, there's our little mage. See if we can find one real quick again. Hello, where are the mages? Mages. There is one. Yeah, there we go. I like that. Okay, and I'm going to change the name too. We're going to call this an elementalist because all of their abilities tend to be elemental based. So there's fire, there's electricity already, and there's some ice. So we're going to kind of continue to build off that theme of being able to utilize and make the elements do things to your will. Everyone else I'm pretty happy with. If anybody's going to change, it's probably going to be the Warlock a little bit, just because they're the freshest and they need some more time to marinate a little bit. I do kind of have a half a mind to also change the skeletons. Now, there's two sides to this. I would like there to be skeletons, but I would like there to also be zombies. And maybe I'll do this off camera because I'll just explain what I am kind of thinking. I want these guys in the prison to be like the prison guards and stuff that were like slain and then brought back. So I want there to be zombies in this skeleton region, more or less. But over here, I want these to be like ancient dead bodies that were skeletons. So I think the easiest thing to do is going to be to keep the skeletons as I currently have them, make a new enemy that is zombies, and then I'll just replace all of the zones over here with zombies, which means I'll have to relink a bunch of quests too, which will take some time. So maybe I'll do that in the downtime, in the interim between episodes. Otherwise, it's great to see all our little guys running around. Yeah, so I think that looks better for our mages, our elementalists, as opposed to looking like a generic pointy-hatted wizard. I like how this is, I wouldn't say it's like dumbed it down or anything. I think it's given it more character in a way. Like, these aren't just like old men walking around as like super wizards already. They're just like, I don't know what I'm doing. The Fighters of Zephyr might need some new energy at some point too. I've liked their character model, but you know, maybe they need some attention again at some point. Another thing really quick here in Valkyrin, I'm gonna move the wizard trainer, elementalist trainer rather, over to here, because this is going to kind of be like the elementalist wizard training ground in a way, with some quests attached to that. So I'll put him over there. It makes more sense. The paladin will probably have a different area. I might make like a little like region, sub little sector for the Angari, like maybe they have an embassy, so I'll put him there. Same with the Zephyrian. Our alchemist, it makes sense that he can just live by the potion shop. That's like the perfect place for him to live. But we'll rethink some of the trainers. The other thing, actually, now that makes me think of, so I don't forget to do it and people yell at me again, I need to have some druid and warlock trainers scattered about a little bit more. I'll put the druid one here. I think I put a druid trainer. Did I place druid trainers yet? Druids are really recent. Hold on, who did I have over here? There's a paladin. That's a fighter. Over here, I've got the wizard. I've got the alchemist. Is there an Angari one? Wait, do I have an Angari trainer over here anywhere? I mean, this, like, of all the places to have an Angari trainer, this is like the place to have one. I don't know if I ever placed it. Oh yeah, he's over here. I forgot. I built a little training grounds for him. That makes perfect sense. All right, let's put a druid trainer kind of by the inn, maybe. She's camping out right here by the plants because she likes the plants, which means we need some over by the starting area. We'll kind of let's keep her by the water there. We got one of those. We should put a warlock trainer as well. We can keep them kind of next to our fighter. That makes sense over there. Remember to put one over here in the Angari camp. Same thing, maybe they're just kind of hanging out by the other trainers here. We need to place a couple in our great city of Jladir as well, in Zephyr. We'll put a warlock trainer and our druid trainer. I don't know, druid trainer should like, they might not like it here because the whole like, you know, desert, there's not a lot of plants. Let's put her next to the water over there, and then we need a warlock trainer in our capital city. Maybe I'll should I put the warlock trainer over here? They kind of use magic, but maybe their magic might be frowned upon, being that it is like blood magic. All right, we'll put that guy there. Figure out maybe a better home for them long term. Okay, but I would say that is a lot of good rework work that we have done today, because more or less we've just kind of restructured a few things, but I think we're in a good place now from the game economics, not the like economy economics. That's something I feel like we'll never get a control over. But in terms of some quest lines, slight restructuring and kind of getting a better layout of where we're going to go in the future too, at least in my mind. You know, and then changing some of the visuals on some of the characters is something I've wanted to do for a while. I think this is a good place to go ahead and end it. We'll get back into some more building in the next episode, working on Valkyrin as well as our farming region that's going to be just to the north of it. But until next time, I am Kyle. This has been that one playthrough of MMORPG Tycoon 2, and I hope to see you in the next episode. Have a wonderful day.